Real estate holds a unique position in the global economy as a massive engine for wealth creation. Yet every single year, thousands of agents enter the market only to quit shortly after, completely broke and deeply frustrated. This image shows the sheer volume of capital moving through the market on any given day. Buyers, aggressive sales tactics, wealthy family connections, or pushing overpriced properties onto buyers. The differentiator between a struggling broker and someone who builds an empire is rarely about resources. Instead, successful players operate on a different psychological operating system. Gautam Thakur arrived in Mohali with no financial backup, no professional network, and no roadmap. He was a former musician trying to find a footing in a completely unknown city. The pressure was immediate. He faced strict monthly expenses for rent and survival, but the industry offered absolutely zero guarantee of when the next commission would arrive. It became obvious very quickly that operating out of desperation, pushing clients to close deals just to pay the bills, would only destroy his reputation. To survive, he killed the ego of the traditional salesperson. He transitioned from an agent chasing transactions into a high-net-worth advisor, adopting what he calls the real estate mindset. An advisor understands that clients are not buying concrete walls. They are buying confidence, security, and a future. Gautam began building his knowledge moat by weaponizing the Real Estate Regulatory Authority, or RERA. This focused on project timelines and compliance laws to actively protect his buyer's capital. This diagram shows the carpet area, the actual internal space you can live in. However, developers price inventory based on the super built-up area, which pulls in exterior walls, lobbies, and shared staircases, significantly altering the cost per square foot. High-net-worth investors demand exactly this kind of mathematical clarity. They commit their capital to advisors who know how to analyze the numbers and protect their downside risk. Building a client base requires cold calling, and the constant barrage of hang-ups and rejections easily breaks most novices. Gautam reframed this experience. A negative response is never a personal failure. It is simply raw market data, indicating that the current timing or the specific product isn't the right fit. This funnel illustrates the hidden mathematics of closing a deal. Initial outreach generates awareness, but that volume filters down, requiring multiple, consistent follow-ups to finally secure a single contract at the bottom. In high-ticket industries, enthusiasm inevitably fades. Surviving depends on the discipline to keep making those calls when the initial motivation has disappeared. You can be the smartest consultant in the city, but if you remain completely invisible to the market, you will starve. Gautam deliberately pivoted to content creation. By sharing educational insights on social media and hosting podcasts, he broadcast his market knowledge to thousands simultaneously. This established his face value. Prospective clients felt they knew his personality and trusted his advice long before they ever shook his hand in a formal meeting. This visibility ensures a professional is no longer a commodity competing on price. They are an authority chosen for their trust. The proof of this advisory model arrived in the form of his first major commission, exactly 1.75 lakh rupees. Rather than buying a luxury item to celebrate, he sent the entire amount home to his parents. He chose family impact over personal luxury. This first win confirmed the methodology worked. By reinvesting this momentum into his branding and visibility systems, he began the long process of scaling his reputation into the global brand GT Capital Infra. This mindset allowed the business to scale, moving from local transactions to advising high-net-worth individuals and global markets like Dubai. Success in this market requires a mastery of human psychology and the discipline to maintain relationships long after the initial contract is signed. Your starting circumstances do not dictate your destination. To survive and dominate a high-stakes industry, wearing a brand is not enough. You must become one.